Hello, today we are going to be reviewing the IXL assignment ZTC, Understanding Ratios. First, let's refresh our memory on what a ratio is. A ratio is a comparison between the quantity, so the amount of two separate things. In this example, we are comparing the number of triangles to the number of squares. We see here that there are 3 triangles and 2 squares. This can be written as a ratio in one of 3 ways. The first way is we can write it with a colon. So 3:2, 3 triangles, 2 squares. Another way is we can write it out using words, write it out honestly how we pronounce it, which is 3:2:2. And then the last way is it can be written as a fraction. So 3/2, or because it's a ratio, 3:2. All right, let's hop on over to IXL and get our practice on. Here we are on IXL assignment ZTC, Understanding Ratios. One important thing that we need to verify and pay close attention to is the wording, because the wording matters. The order tells us the order of which our ratio needs to be set up. So we are wanting to find the ratio of hexagons to triangles. That means when we set up our ratio, the first number needs to be hexagons. The second number is triangles. Well, I see that there is 1 hexagon, and then there is only 1 triangle. So in this case, our ratio is 1:1, 1 hexagon to 1 triangle. This time it wants us to write our ratio as a fraction. That's kind of nice. We're seeing the different ways. But again, we got to read the directions carefully to get our order correct. We want to know the ratio of triangles to circles. So when we set up our ratio as a fraction, the numerator is going to be our triangles. The denominator is our circles. So the number of triangles to the number of circles. Well, I see that we have 1 triangle for every 2 circles. Our ratio is 1:2, or 1/2. Awesome. Ooh, good. We're stepping it up a notch. We got a lot more shapes here. And this time we're back to using it as a colon. We want to know the ratio of squares to triangles. So when we set this up, it'll be the total number of squares compared to the total number of triangles. All right, I see only 1 square. And then I see 1, 2, 3 triangles. And yes, there are other shapes. Yes, there are hexagons, but it's not asking me to compare that. So that's just an additional shape. So 1 square to 3 triangles. Ooh, here we go. Now instead of having a diagram, we have a word problem. 3 of the tables at Walter's Italian restaurant are full, and the other 7 tables are empty. What is the ratio of the number of empty tables to full tables? Okay. So let's read our question again so we can set up our ratio properly. We want to know empty tables. So I'm going to use an E for empty. So we want to know the number of empty tables compared to the number of full tables. And actually, I'm going to change the way I'm writing this because it kind of makes it look like a fraction. So the number of empty tables compared to the number of full tables. All right, let's go back and read the rest of it so we can find out how many of each. Empty tables. So 3 of the tables at Walter's Italian restaurant are full, and the other 7 tables are empty. All right, we have 7 empty tables, and it said 3 tables are full. So 7 empty tables to 3 full. step it up a notch. Ooh, this time we have to write the full ratio. Because look here, my eyes always just go to anything that's bolded or italicized, and that's where my eyes went. I skipped the word problem and went straight to the directions. But it says write your answer as two numbers separated by a colon. So this time we got to write the full-on ratio. But I know you guys can do it. Now let's back it up and actually read the word problem. 7 of the 15 participants in a triathlon are men, and the rest are women. What is the ratio of the number of men participating to the total number of participants? All right, let's read that question again. So the ratio is the number of men to the total number of participants. All right, so we want to know the number of men compared to our total number. All right, let's go back and reread this. So 7 of the 15 participants in a triathlon are men. Okay, so 7 are men and the rest are women. Well, does it ask us to compare men to women? No, it's asking us to compare men to the total. And we know that there are 15 total participants. So our ratio is 7 to 15. Yes, when I wrote this, I put the labels on there to help make sure a mistake isn't made. But when we type our answer in, we don't have the labels. It is just 7:15. 7 men to 15 total participants. Let's do one final problem together. Anna's Pizzeria made 48 pizzas. 26 of the pizzas had pepperoni. What is the ratio of the number of pizzas without pepperoni to the total number of pizzas? Okay, what was that ratio again? So the pizzas without pepperoni compared to the total number. All right, so we need pizzas without pepperoni compared to the total number of pizzas. All right, let's go back and read this and find out what our information is. Anna's Pizzeria made 48 pizzas. Ooh, that's our total. That's the total number of pizzas. 26 of the pizzas had pepperoni. Does our ratio want us to compare pepperoni to total? No, it wants us to compare without pepperoni to total. How am I going to do that? They didn't tell me. They just told me how many have pepperoni. We can subtract. If we know that 48 total pizzas were there and 26 of them had pepperoni, we can subtract to see how many were made without pepperoni. So 48 minus 26. 8 minus 6 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. So 22 pizzas were made without pepperoni. We definitely stepped it up a notch because we had to do a little bit of work to figure out our ratio. It wasn't all given to us. But thankfully, we did have what we need and we were able to figure it out. All right, they want us to enter our answer with a colon. So 22 without compared to 48 total. All right, you guys, it is your turn to try it. So hop on IXL, work on this assignment, and if you have any questions, send your teacher an email or of course come to the help session. Good luck, you got this.